Good morning. Today's message draws from the books of Proverbs, James, and Matthew. We measure a community by its roads, its schools, its economy. But God measures a community by how He treats the least of these. In Proverbs, we are told to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. In James, we learn that faith without works is dead. And in Matthew 25:40, Jesus says, "Whatever you did for one of the least of these, you did for me." The least of these doesn't just mean the poor or the sick. It includes anyone, human or animal, who has no voice, no protection, and no one to defend them. It includes the abandoned dog on the roadside, the neglected horse in the pasture, and the person living unseen on the edge of town. When law enforcement turns away from cruelty, they are not just failing in their duty, they are failing God's command. They may think their inaction will go unnoticed, but the Lord sees both the harm done and the good withheld. Every ignored call is a life left unprotected. The church has a sacred responsibility too. Faith is not a performance. The gospel is not just a Sunday morning service. James tells us plainly, faith without works is dead. If we worship inside the church walls but fail to act outside them, we're not living the gospel. When suffering happens in the shadows of our steepless, we should be the first to act, not the last one to care. Local government, councils, boards, and leaders holds the power to make laws, enforce ordinances, and allocate resources. Proverbs 31 doesn't say, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves if it's politically convenient." It is a command without condition. Leadership is measured not by popularity, but by faithfulness to justice. When all three fail, law enforcement, the church, and local government, the burden falls on individuals, small rescues, and those already stretched to their limits. This isn't just a failure of systems, it's a test of our souls. Will we say, "It's not my problem," or will we live as though whatever we do for the least of these, we do for Him? The measure of community is not found in its budgets or its tourist brochures. It's in how it treats those who cannot repay. It's in whether we stand for the voiceless when we see injustice and choose compassion over convenience. My prayer is that we will be a people who remember that God's law is higher than a man's law, and His command is clear. Defend the weak, speak up for the voiceless, and act with mercy. In doing so, we reflect His heart. Thank you for listening. I'll be here every Sunday morning with another message drawn from Scripture and the soul. I hope you'll join me. Until then, may your heart stay tender and your actions reflect compassion. This is Dr. Mark, and thank you for listening.